there guys, it's Kim George here from Your Chic Geek with a brand new two-part series on how to create and publish journals that you can sell online for passive income with the Amazon KDP platform. So in case you're not familiar with Amazon KDP, it is the Kindle direct publishing platform, which lets you essentially get started for free with publishing everything from, high content books like actual novels and things like that, to more lower and medium content books like journals, planners, notebooks, and things like that I'm going to show you guys how to publish in this video. Let's dive off into the video. Now, there are a couple of resources that we're going to be using for this video tutorial. They are free for the most part, and then there's a couple of resources that are paid resources that I would recommend that you check out when you get a chance to, once we get into part 2, where we're gonna upload the actual journal that I'm creating to the KDP platform. So the first resource that we're going to be using is called BookCal. This is a free resource, guys, where you can do things like create or download the KDP Cover Template generator so that you can make sure that things are in alignment and things like that with your book. And then also the KDP size cover calculator. This is very important because when we're creating a journal for KDP, you have to create both the front cover and the back cover at the same time or in one graphic. So I'm going to show you how that looks here in a minute, and let's go ahead and let's get into that. So first things first is we want to go ahead and go to the KDP cover size calculator, because we're going to have to put these dimensions over into one of the tools that I didn't mention yet, which is canva.com. Now, Canva is a free design resource. It is totally free to sign up to use, that I use to create all of my graphics, journals, you name it. I use Canva for it because it's so easy and intuitive to use. So I'm going to actually be using Canva Pro, which is the paid version, because it has more features and things like that to it. But if you're just getting started and you're on a low budget, you can definitely use the Canva, the free version, to create your journals with as well. Okay, another resource that I do want to point out to you guys really quickly is going to be Creative Fabrica. Creative Fabrica is an amazing resource that has a ton of ready-made journal interiors that if you don't have a good background in design and maybe you just kind of want to take some of the time off your plate, you can definitely go here to purchase ready-made interiors for a little bit of nothing. I do have a link below to Creative Fabrica. And then last but not least, this is my baby. This is one of my babies. This is a ready-made journal interior that I've created in Canva that you can purchase, that you can use, that you can change fonts, graphics, anything that you want to change to. The good thing about these journal interiors is that you get 2 for the price of 1. So with each journal interior, if you decide to purchase them from my PayHip store, you will get a 6x9 journal interior and an 8.5 by 11 journal interior. So thus 2 for the price of 1. So this is what the one that we're going to look like, or this is what the one that we're going to upload rather looks like. It's just really simple, but I did want to point that out. Okay, so back over to BookCal. We're going to go down to, again, the KDP cover size calculator, and what we want to do is we want to type in 6x9, because this is the journal size that we're going to be creating in Canva. And then we want to type in 120 pages for the page count, and then the paper type is going to be white. So what you're going to do after that is click calculate cover size, so we can get the width and the height that we need to put into Canva. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy just the 12.52, because that's all we need, because the 024 is, we don't really have to calculate that in, but if you want to calculate the full number, you can. So how about we just copy? I'm going to go over to Canva. I'm going to click create a design, custom size, and what I want to do first is change this from pixels to inches, and I'm going to paste the width, okay? And then I'm going to copy the height, and then I'm going to paste the height. And then I'm going to click create new design. Okay, now what I like to do is I like to add a name and a title to each one of the projects that I work on in Canva so things don't get confusing. So I'm just going to do reasons Why I Love You Journal 6x9. Okay, that's going to be the title. Now, with this graphic, this is a combination of both the front and the back cover for what we're going to be adding to Amazon's KDP. Okay, so this is the front side and this is the back cover. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go into Canva and I'm going to find a little floral background that I can use to add to the cover. And then we're going to add a cute little background to the back of this journal just to make it more unique. Okay, so first things first is I am going to change the color of this journal cover from white to this black color. Okay, and then I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to type in floral pattern. Okay, and as you can see, Canva has a ton of floral patterns that you could choose from. Really pretty stuff. Things like this, and anything that you see. Now, I do want to say, whenever you see something that says free, that means that it is free for use. If you see something that says pro, that means that you do have to have a Canva Pro to access that graphic or that asset. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. But we're going to keep searching through here so we can see what we can find. As you can see, again, they have some really cute stuff. But I haven't seen anything that kind of jumps out to me just yet. That is really cute right there. Let's see what else we can find. And now, just to warn you, this is a part of the design process. Okay, so this one looks like it's really cute. So you can see that this is free. So I'm going to go ahead and select this and push this over into my design. So what I'm going to do is drag this all the way up to the top. Okay, and then I'm going to drag this over to the left until I see this line, which lets me know that, okay, this is the other side of this document and you don't want to put anything on the other side, right? Because this is the back of the journal. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to duplicate this because I want to join this together to make it look more like a pattern. Okay. All right. So I think that looks really cute. And then I'm going to group these together to make sure that everything stays still while I'm applying my design and my text to this cover. So I'm going to click group, and this is what that's going to look like. So again, it's going to make everything stay still no matter how it moves around and so on and so forth. So I think that looks really cute, right? Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just get a square. And we're going to just write, the reasons why I love you onto the square on top of this pattern to make the journal, right? To write the text for the journal. So to do that, what you can do is go over to where it says lines and shapes, click see all, and I'm just going to take this, okay? And then I'm going to bring this down just a little bit to, again, make this into a square. So I'm going to put this into the middle of this. And I'm actually going to change the color of this to add one of the colors in this document. So what I love about Canva is that, guys, for the most part, whenever you're designing something, it will bring up the document color. So you don't have to try to figure out what the colors are. You can easily just apply these colors to your graphic, right? Or to your journals. All right. So I kind of like the way that that looks, right? I think that looks pretty good. Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a cute little, I guess, border or like a little square border to make this a little fancier. And so to do that, we're going to go to see all under lines and shapes. And I'm going to use this. And then what I'm going to do is bring this down, okay, to make this smaller. I'm going to bring this up. And then here you can stretch this out just to kind of give it that, more of a refined look, if you will. Okay. My mouse is not working. All right, and then I'm going to change this to the color white. So the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add some text into the center of this box, which is reasons why I love you. Okay, so I'm going to add heading. I'm going to drag that over here, and I'm going to increase the size a little bit because, geez, this is so far away. Okay, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so here I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to start typing reasons why I love you journal. Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring this up. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this in just a little bit. I'm going to definitely change this font because it's just not fitting for, you know, this cute little journal. So what I love about Canva, guys, is that they have a plethora of fonts to choose from. So what you can do to select a font is go over here to where you have the fonts here. And there's a lot of different options that you can choose from. Okay. So I love using fonts that I can get from like Creative Fabrica and uploading them into Canva because, again, it just kind of gives it and makes the projects and stuff a little bit more special. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and choose this beautiful farmhouse font. I think this is kind of cute. You know, but you can choose whatever font you want to use, right? And so then I'm going to change some of the line spacing in this. And actually, this is a little difficult to read. So let's see. Happy Loves, Vintage Moon. Let's see what else. Afternoon Christmas. Actually, so here's another one called Ask Why. This is one of my favorites. Okay, so I think that actually looks kind of cute. All right, so we'll leave this as is. Okay, Reasons Why I Love You journal. And then what I would probably do is I would probably go in and I would probably add some hearts. Add a heart or two to this to kind of doctor it up a little bit. So I'm going to just add the heart and I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. And again, guys, I'm just kind of going off the cuff here, which I love to do. Or actually, I can add this up here. I think that's cute. Okay, and okay, so as I just stated, I'll just add this little cute heart in the middle, and maybe I would just change this from that to a white or maybe the pretty blue. You can get as fancy schmancy as you want, but I think this looks kind of cute. Now, the last thing that we're going to do in order to complete this journal is we're going to add a little cute pattern to the back of the journal, right? Because it just looks really plain right now, right? So to do that, I think what I'm going to do is add some dots back here since we have some dots in this graphic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Elements and I'm going to search for dots pattern. Okay. As you can see, Canva has a ton of different cute little dot patterns that you can use and apply to your designs. I think I like this one. It is Pro. This one is Pro. This one is free. So since some of you may be using the free version, I'm just going to rock with this one for now because it's free. And then I'm going to drag this on over. Okay. And so once you hit that line again, you know that it's crossing over into this line. And so you can stop dragging it to that point. And I'm going to change this from this dark green to a white. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is click duplicate and I'm going to drag this down. And I'm going to kind of try to bring this together as best as possible. Okay. Let's see if I can flip this. Nope. Okay. It's looking a little disjointed to me, and I don't really care for that. So actually, I'm not going to be able to use that one because I don't like how those dots are looking. This one is a Pro one, so I'm going to just use this for now for the sake of time. I'm going to change the color to white, and I'm going to just drag this over. Okay, I like that a little bit better. Okay, and then I'm going to drag this down. All right. Okay, awesome. Oh, yeah. That looks great. Okay, so guys, within a matter of like 15 minutes or so, we have successfully created the front cover of our journal. We've selected a pattern. We have added our text to the journal. We've designed the journal just a little bit. I think it looks kind of cute. We have added a back of we've decorated or designed the back of the journal. Okay, and now the last thing that we want to do is we want to go back over to BookCal because there's one thing that you definitely want to do each time that you're creating a journal in Canva or in any tool that you're using, and that is to make sure that the measurements and that the journal is centered correctly as far as the designs and stuff go. Because it's the worst thing in the world to upload these things into KDP and they're all crooked. So to do this, what you want to do is go over to BookCal, and we're going to go all the way up to the KDP Cover Template Generator. Okay, now from here, you want to type in your dimensions. So if it's a 6x9, you're going to type in 6x9. We're going to type in our page count again. Leave the paper as white. We're going to skip these two sections because we don't need that, because Amazon KDP is going to give you a free ISBN to use. And then what you want to do is just select an email address so that you can get a copy of this graphic so that we can upload it into Canva. So I'm going to go ahead and click to email this to myself. Okay, and it's going to take about a few minutes for this email to show up. Okay, so I'm going to go on over to my Gmail, and it should be there by now because it's pretty instant. So here it is. So I'm going to click on this email, and in here you can see that we have a couple of things, right? We have the PNG file, we have a PDF, and then there used to be a video as well that they would show you. We're just going to download the PNG file so that we can upload it into Canva. So we're going to download that. I'm going to come back over into Canva. I'm going to go to Uploads. I'm going to click Upload Media. I'm going to download or select the PNG file from BookCal. I'm going to open that. And then the last thing that we're going to do once it finishes uploading into Canva is I'm going to select it, and I'm going to drag this all the way out. Okay. And I'm going to adjust the opacity or the transparency on this. So you see here, and that looks really, really good. Wow, I can't believe this came out straight on the first try. But you can see here that this is pretty straight, okay? Because you can see the Create Space paperback cover template. So you see that this is in line. And what you want to make sure is that all of your text and things like that is inside of these red lines on the template, okay? And that's pretty much it. So when you're done, you can click to delete that, and that's it. And then the last thing that you're going to do, guys, is when we get ready to publish this, you're going to just download this, and you want to make sure that you always select PDF print high quality multi-page document. But that's going to be in the next video where we're actually going to be uploading the journal cover, this journal cover and back cover, and the interior into Amazon KDP. Now, if I've talked too fast, I'm sorry. I'm a little hocked up this morning and excited because, again, this has been a little bit of a game changer for me, and I've had so much fun with creating these different types of journals and passive income products for KDP. And so I just wanted to make sure that I share this information with you guys. If you do have any questions or concerns for me, please feel free to comment below, reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. But for now, this concludes this video. Take care, stay safe out there, and be sure to be on the lookout for part 2 of this tutorial, okay, of this 2-part series. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.